welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today, we will be looking at Tottenham's most recent North London derby, where they lost at home in the 2024-2025 Premier League to Arsenal via a 64th minute goal from Arsenal defender Gabriel. In what was a game of not incredible quality, but definitely a derby.
It was a very, very quiet game. Spurs could have capitalized on a lot of their chances. I feel like we made space, we got on the ball very well. We got ourselves into positions where we could cross, but then we just wasted the cross. Absolutely, especially towards the end of the match. I think we basically threw our chances away, and then honestly, our defense wasn't bad. We didn't allow Arsenal too many chances. We weren't allowing their midfield to control the ball too much. It was there was that one chance that Arsenal had, and we made a mistake, and they capitalized on it. That's the only reason we lost today.
Yeah, I'd agree on that defense point. I think we did not let them get through once. I mean, if they got through once, it was Vicario saving us at the goal, and they were not hard saves to make. I thought we played extremely well in defense until Romero let Gabriel go for that corner. It was a little bit of a push, but I think Romero should still be staying a little closer to Gabriel. I think he just let him go way too easily. And that was the big problem there. But Van de Ven, Udogie, Pedro Porro, they all played so well for most of the game. But yeah, I agree with you on the attack. I mean, it was just disappointing with all the crosses.
Yeah, even though Arsenal's midfield was not that strong today, we did a good job at not letting them control midfield.
Yes.
Really, the problem came down to our attack, because conceding one goal in a match like this, it's okay. You're playing Arsenal, but you have to be able to score.
Exactly.
Which we were not able to do.
Yeah. And it all comes down to...
and Son just could not get the job done.
Yeah.
Especially when crosses were coming into the box. No one was moving at all in the box. They were just stagnant in the box.
Yeah, it's just a little bit like... it's almost like our attackers are a little inexperienced. Extremely, actually. And they're not really too cohesive. I think there's a problem when Kulusevski plays on the wing. Right, because he's just not a wing player. Although today, I think he started out in the midfield, didn't he? Yeah, he did.
He did.
So, yeah, I'd say Kulusevski was okay. I mean, he wasn't anything crazy. His crosses definitely disappointed me. Every time he tried to put it into the middle of the box, they were really disappointing.
And because his right foot is so weak, whenever he's on his right foot, he's never able to put a good cross in.
Yeah. Yeah. Which makes me think, should he have started on the other side where Madison was?
Yeah,
so that they could whip crosses in.
He can't cut in, which is such an important part.
That's true. That's true. But I think when these crosses don't work for so long, you have to switch, right? You got to switch to the other side and at least try it.
You do.
Right.
Even just I think Pedro Porro and Johnson or Kulusevski, whoever's up on that right wing side. I think normally they link up with Pedro Porro and they let Pedro Porro put the crosses in.
Yeah.
When it's on the right, and when, like for example, Kulusevski, when he wants to cut in, if he wants to cut in and he doesn't want to cross it because his right foot is weak, he can pass it to Pedro Porro, or Pedro Porro can come up the flank and put a cross in. But I don't think we saw much of that today. Yeah.
No, we definitely didn't see enough of Pedro Porro on the front foot, I think. But I think even like across the board, the crosses were just not good enough today. Like. Kulusevski, Son, even Madison's crosses disappointed me. I mean, like, they were very, like, to a player's feet rather than the ones that you want to have in the box. I don't know if that also ties down to, like, the players like Solanke, Son, whoever's in the box not running towards the ball. You know, they stayed very far back in the box, and I was just like, shit, like, why not try to go towards the ball, see if, you know, a good cross comes in and you put it into the goal? You know?
Yeah. I think we're really missing Harry Kane in this aspect. Like
so much.
Even Richarlison does, in my opinion, a much better job than Solanke and even Johnson at making space in the box. Like, Richarlison can do that.
Yeah, they're just different types of players, you know. But Richarlison, I think, was so close in terms of how he played, in that he was just a finisher, like Harry Kane. Like Richarlison is one of those guys who will just stand by the goal and put it away, and I don't get that feeling from Solanke yet. Of course, it's his third game. He was injured for 2 games, so it's not like he's been here ages. He still has to settle in. but I think we still are missing that Harry Kane finish it and put it into the back of the net ability that we saw from him and that we saw from Richarlison while he was healthy. So that's why I think it's going to be important to have both strikers, Solanke and Richarlison together.
Yeah, even I think, in my opinion, I think Richarlison is still good. You look at his performance from last season. People think, oh, he didn't play that well. But then when you actually look at his stats, 12 goals, 4 assists. That's not bad. And if you think about, half of those performances were also off the bench.
Yeah, and a lot of those performances were at a time when he was still adjusting to the club,
Yeah, he just
So-
doesn't get playing time, and he's always injured. Those are
Exactly. So
Richarlison's problems. He could be so good for us.
Yeah. And he had that stretch of games when he was what, like 10 games, he got like 10 goals or something?
Yeah, and I still think he's better than Solanke.
I think he is too. I think Solanke will come good eventually. It'll just take some time. But nonetheless, today was definitely disappointing. I mean, I thought Solanke could have done just a little bit more. I thought Son was okay. Brennan Johnson was not himself today. He I didn't see that usual pace that you usually see from him.
Yeah, he was just like so unconvincing with a lot of his chances. He had one chance
Extremely
where
unconvincing, yeah.
popped up and he just skied it.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just wasn't a good performance, I'd say, from either team though.
Yeah, I think
even Arsenal were not convincing.
Even our midfield and defense to a certain extent did their job.
Yeah.
Our attack did not at all.
Yeah. And I felt like it was the same on Arsenal's side. Their attack was not good either.
Yeah. With the defender scoring a goal.
Exactly. Yeah. And every chance that the attacker got, they put it into Vicario's hand. So it's not like either team tested a goalkeeper. It was just like, who's the better of the worse,
Yeah, for once it was a very quiet NLD.
Yeah. There were fights still.
Yeah, of course.
One big fight when Romero goes clashing into someone, or I don't even know what happened. But yeah, I was just a little bit disappointed. I thought we could have done a lot more on the front foot.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. 64% possession, 15 shots to their 7. I thought we really had an advantage there, and we just did not capitalize.
Yeah,
I think
we really controlled the midfield.
I think that's been a problem for a couple of games, honestly.
Yeah, we control the midfield, we get more possession, we get more shots off, we just cannot put it away.
Exactly. So, I don't know. We have a chance to reset things, kind of, start from the basics when we play Coventry on Wednesday, in the EFL Cup, the first round. So that will be an opportunity for us to do something. But then we're right back to the Premier League with Brentford. Then we start our Europa League exploration with Ferencváros, and then AZ Alkmaar. In between that, we've got Man United, Karabag FK, Brighton, West Ham. So we really have to figure out this problem because we've sunk to 13th now, which is concerning.
Not good at all. I believe this is our worst start to a Premier League season in a very long time.
Yeah. And when you look at the games, the problem has been very similar in all the games. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just been can't score. But yeah, that's our review of the Tottenham Arsenal North London derby, the first one of the season. Arsenal took home the victory by 1-0 as courtesy of Gabriel in the 64th minute, after a pretty poor frontline display from Tottenham Hotspur. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what kind of content you'd like to see and what your thoughts on this game were as a Spurs or an Arsenal fan or as a neutral fan. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time.
Come on, you Spurs!